We just made it back to Arizona just yesterday, and now we're officially back at the deserts all over again, right from Cali, and now it's just a big different change of scenery. Oh man guys, I don't feel good. I just had so much coffee and we just got to this ghost town. I kind of like chugged it all before I even got out the car. Now I just don't feel good. Maybe like I'm over too hyper or something. I don't know. Today guys, we are actually high in the mountains right now exploring this ghost town called Oatman. But it appears that Oatman's not actually like a ghost town. It's based off of Route 66, where it's actually like a very known tourist attraction where a lot of tourist people come here and check out this town now. I mean, it's like a ghost town, I guess, that they still refer to it as, because it's a really old town, still running, and still has a lot of things going on, but it's more of a tourist attraction at this point. So the thing about Oatman, it was actually named after this lady who was freaking kidnapped by Indians called the Apache in the 1800s. Her name was Olive Oatman, and later on she was actually rescued, and that's how the name came about. Very interesting thing about Oatman is that goats, animals, actually come into town because they're very hungry, so they come to the humans, are like kind of like begging them for food. So a lot of people just randomly give the goats food and all of that. And also the other thing is they actually have gun shoots. Like a lot of like Western cowboys come here, they have like gun shoots right in the town for like the tourist people, and that's a real interesting thing about it. It has a lot of interesting things, and how Oatman came about with the name of it, the lady Oliver and all of that. But now we're gonna go explore and see what we come across inside Oatman. Are you guys ready? Let's tune in for this. So we're making our way to the Oatman town. I mean, the ghost town they still call it, but it's kind of more of a tourist attraction. But the way we look at ghost towns, we look at a whole different perspective of like different things, where it's like, you know, no tourist people come here. It's like locals and people who are kind of like away from society and things like that usually, but this is still something interesting. I will have to admit, these stores are very interesting. The way they're set up and everything, it's kind of like stands, like trying to auction off your products and things like that. That's what I like about this. You're a local of this town, right?
Yeah, just down the road I live.
Just down the road.
Yeah.
Wow. So this is your shop right here, Desert Treasure Collection.
Yeah.
And what's it all about?
It's handmade southwestern jewelry.
Southwestern jewelry.
Yeah,
interesting.
my wife does a lot of it. I get from Zuni's up by the Grand Canyon and the Navajos. Cool. And it's all sterling silver, handcrafted.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah.
I have turquoise from the Kingman turquoise mine, Sleeping Beauty mine, Bisbee mines.
Yep.
You know, Southwest turquoise, and a lot of Arizona turquoise.
Wow, that's amazing. Yeah, that's like the history of this town, because it was like a mining town before,
yeah,
so you still kind of keep it.
Yeah.
Wow, that's great. And this is kind of like how it looks from behind this. It's like tables set up. You actually use those tables to handcraft all of it, right?
Oh yeah.
Wow. And Route 66 is one of the most known highways that contain a lot of like touristy things along the road. So you could drive from all the way from California all the way to Arizona, and maybe who knows, even further. I'm not too sure, but it has a lot of like random tourist attractions all around it.
You got baby burros just hiding from the sun.
Hey.
Because it's like 110 right now.
Yeah. I wonder if they're living.
They're all over.
I'm about to feed them, man. They look like they're dying.
They're hungry, man.
Dude, I'm gonna get some water right now.
They just survive off of tourists.
Yeah. You know, I gotta go save their lives. Alright, so I got the cup. I mean, just sitting out in this heat in 100 degrees temperature 24/7 without any water to grab or anything, I just feel bad for the burros and all of that. By the way, when I said donkeys at the beginning, I meant burros. That was the wrong word for them. But yeah, these are burros all located all around this town right now. What? It's a real arrow. Considering the fact that there's so much burros at this town, this is what you're gonna deal with. A lot of the smells of poop lying all over the town. It kind of just stinks up the place, but I mean, it is what it is. That's who is that?
This is Jaden.
Jaden.
Jaden's about a year old.
Oh wow.
His mama's name is April, and she's down on the other side of town somewhere.
Other side of town. Cool.
This is Dusty is Mama.
Mama.
And
Mama Dusty.
Pregnant Mama.
Oh.
We're waiting. And this is her 1-year-old Destiny.
So they actually go back up in there at night and everything?
Well, this time of the year, they really don't. They hide in town because it's a lot cooler here, and they don't want to travel that far in the heat.
Wow, that's interesting.
So during the summer, they really hang out close to town or in town.
In town. Cool.
But
Wow.
now, do you see the distinctive mark on them? This mark? This line?
Yeah, I see it.
And
yeah.
that
Yeah.
is a cross.
Oh, wow.
These are called Bethlehem burros, the same burros that baby Jesus and Mother Mary.
Okay.
That's what their descent is. That's what a cross.
Alright, so I guess she's like the caretaker of all of those animals that kind of just come around. She kind of like feeds them and everything. They're wild though. They, you know, they just come by town and eat, and then they come out and then come back to the wilderness and just come back around. I guess this time of year they actually come here specifically because all the heat and everything, and they kind of just eat, eat and just, yeah. But so you're telling me there's something up here that's very interesting to go check out, right?
Yes.
Okay, I'm gonna make my way up there right now. I am going.
Go in all doors that are open and don't miss a room.
Okay, wow.
Right?
That is amazing. Oh my god, this is amazing. All these antique motorcycles that lie around here. I don't know her name, but this is what she collects, I guess, over time. This is like her, you know, I guess her interest in things like that, her passion. Wow. So 1820, Draisine replica, also called the Loft machine, rowing machine. This machine was invented by German Baron Karl von Drais. I probably say a lot of those things wrong, but a Harley Davidson, like very old vintage like motorcycle that sits here too. When was the last time these were even running? Man.
How'd you like it?
That was amazing. How
Nice turn
long?
back in history.
Yeah, how long did it take you to collect all of those?
I am not the collector. If
You're not
those
the-
were mine, sweetheart, I'd be at home with my feet up. That's
Wow.
over $1 million worth of merchandise up there.
Yeah, it's amazing. Not much people get to go up there or anything, right? Is that like a rarity?
Yep.
Wow, that's
Something you don't expect in the middle of nowhere for free.
yeah. So when were those bikes like actually like in action, like created around? Was it the 1800s or like
Some of them.
some of them?
Some of
Wow,
them.
so those are really some
Early
vintage history.
1900s.
Early 1900s.
1904 is in my window here.
So the crew and I, we're always like very interested about seeing like the history of things, how things came together. I mean, unlike us, like we don't actually live in the West Coast. We live in the East Coast where things are kind of just like very kind of up to date. But and then again, there's a lot of band places that are like oldly structured and things like that. But like seeing tourism towns like this that are still standing, where they keep all these buildings from like the early 1900s and 1800s, or like the buildings that just kind of like sit there for years and years and years and always keep it refurbished. It's always like very interesting to see about that history, which is why we love to like talk to locals. We love to hear about how their stay was, how they think about the town, their thoughts, and all of that. That's why we always interview them. We always have questions to ask because it's always like very interesting history behind their time of living in these towns. And I mean, we're not used to these scenery-based places where we kind of grew up in different structures and things like that. So seeing things like this always intrigue me. So like a lot of random people come around here and you let them sign dollars.
Oh yeah, anybody can sign $1 and put it up. We don't ever take them down. We figure that they belong to the people that
Yeah.
put them up. And it's amazing how many people 10 years later will come in and look and look and look. And some of them find them, some of them they've been covered up. But
Wow. That's amazing how this all came together, yeah.
This is the room that Clark Gable and Carol Lombard spent the night of their honeymoon in. No, I don't know if he haunts it. Odie's room used to be down that way, but my boss decided to change this all and put a stupid gift shop up here. I thought it was cool. The other way.
Yeah. Is that why they have it locked up and this is like where?
Yeah, because it's a gift shop. It's open until 4 every day. One of our customers took, and can you see?
Yeah.
I'm trying to see myself. I can see the shadow, like the
It's like,
silhouette.
looks like a lady.
Yeah. Like a ghost.
And I've seen the lady, because you can see, I used to live in town.
Yeah.
And monsoons come and it gets really super muggy and the electricity always goes off. And it was hot and it was really late at night and I was just outside walking because it was like too hot in my house. And I walked by the hotel and I seen a lady in a rocking chair. I mean, just like clear as day, a lady in the rocking chair. And other people have said they've seen it too. So I don't know who she is or what
Is it like
connection.
a lady in white or something?
No, just a lady dressed as they would have dressed a long time ago, just rocking in a rocking chair. And we used to be open later, and I used to work the bar at night.
Yeah.
And you'd hear walking up here, and then Uncle Charlie, who just passed away last year, in the 70s used to bartend, and he actually lived up here. And he would, like he said, every night he'd bring a six-pack home, up to his room. And he says, I never drank more than 4 or 5 of those beers, and the other one would be gone.
So that's why I really love to talk to locals, to hear like insiders of like the town, things like that, where people kind of work here things is like they always have like real stories that you actually hear from versus like what the media or what the webs or what things like people like on the web kind of try to tell you. But I mean the history does kind of match up together, but to hear like the insider legends, that's very interesting. Oatman territorial law states following. Any tourist visiting the town of Oatman after the hours of 10 p.m. can be used for target practice by legal resident. Oh my god. Oatman residents and business exercise right to carry weapons. Look around, all these random things just sitting here. This is very crazy. I mean, what the heck? A coffin? What could this been used for? What can all of these stuff been used for? I'm not too sure. Sounds like a native symbol, but what is this? Community Service Award? A lot of miscellaneous things, like a small museum it seems like. And a mine. Wow, let's go check inside it. So right now we're actually walking through mines, and this is where like this entire town was like known for, based on like the entire tourist attraction, because this is what the town was specifically like meant and created for. And the interesting thing about this was that even during like the school times here, they didn't have a high school, they didn't have any of that. They only had like a middle school and an elementary. Specifically, the kids here actually came here to learn and get educated on how to pretty much mine. That was like the main focus, so like learn how to like mine copper, gold, all those like type of ores that they have here, and it's pretty interesting. I mean, a lot of the education now is focused specifically on like general eds and things like that, but here you have to learn physically on how to mine, learning how to like handle the shafts, like manage with all the lights, all like the bugs you would find here, all these random things. And this is like what people use to get like a living down here. Not to be like the Asian stereotypical guy or anything, but I love watching Jackie Chan. I love all those fight or kung fu movies, and just happen to be like Shanghai Nights where, they're in the Wild West, they're doing all these fightings, all these crazy scenes, and it just kind of reminds me of like a thought like that or something again, because like walking through these like scenic places really brings me back to those movie times. Really brings me back to those times of like, the Wild West. And like coming from like the East Coast, like I never had like a vision of like how like the West would be like. I seen in movies, I'd seen all of these, but I never actually got to see it in person. That's how I came across it. The dog right there. But I'm just kind of walking around this area. The dog kind of spooked me, but now we're out of the town, out of the tourist areas, and this is where people live. That sign says there's nothing here worth dying for. So just looking around, these are all the random houses of like locals who live here. I mean, just look at it. It's kind of like just stuck in the mountain houses, just staying there. Very interesting. Here's the Little White Church of Oatman, a home missions church. I am honestly so amazed of this gasoline pump that they still sit here. I'm not even sure how it worked, these guys. I think maybe it like took a crank and crank it to get the gas out. I'm not too sure, but this is very interesting. Wow, this is interesting, guys. Bunch of locals that we actually got to talk to hear their story about living inside this small town. This is like the interesting stuff. We just love to hear about like the history, love to learn about things that just like, we just love to learn about these type of things, how these places came together and why they were built, and like, it's great because like this entire place is a whole, this entire area is a whole mining town. It had like a school, it had a church, it had all that. It had like an entire established town as if it was like regularly like how things are now. But really great to explore. Hope you guys enjoyed the video. Be sure to subscribe if you liked it, and be sure to check out the other guys. Be sure to share if you loved to hear about what we had in this place. But we are out. This was an entire mining museum. Really great to walk inside, but very creepy to walk at night without a really good flashlight. But I hope you guys enjoyed. We are out. In case most of you guys are wondering what's happening after the ending I just did, we happen to drive down these roads and find this random mine shaft, so we're climbing to see what's over here. We're just a little curious. Oh my god. Holy shoot.
Let's try and climb up this little hill right here and see what's in there.
This is so hard to climb. Oh man. Alright, so there's a hole right there. I bet if you walk right there, it's gonna collapse into the mine shaft. Oh wow.
What's in there?
Yo, it's like holes. Dude.
It's like Minecraft.
Yeah, imagine going inside there. The lava in Minecraft.
We could probably find some diamonds and gold.
Seriously. But yeah, I guess we're not gonna go down there. I mean, climbing down there won't be very smart. But it seems like you might need ropes to climb down there just to get down. So I guess there's really no point for us. But decided to check it out.
We have none of the proper equipment.
But we have something really interesting to show you now. Watch this.